Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome to Tuesday Beacon Pines episode 2. Thank you all for coming in and joining me. Sarge, hello. Thank you for always being here. Nawaya, great to see you. And Purple Bubba, you snuck in on me. Pine time, pine scented bacon or bacon flavored pine. Yeah, beacon, but close enough. A lighthouse that has a bacon buffet would be cool. Ooh, yeah. We're bacon lovers in this house, so that works for me. Good to see you, Purple. And we are going to start off with chapter 5 of Beacon Pines. We've had a lot of changes in the story. I mean, we've seen we've met Beck, who's a new friend, and Beck, her hair turned like a little streak of gray because she got slimed. And then we got into a little scuffle with Iggy, and Iggy's whole face got disfigured. And then there was like a cult of, I think they were like Mr. Wilders who were after them in the treehouse. And then, of course, Rolo went missing. So, all kinds of fun little twists in the story. And we're just going to keep continuing on and seeing where the story takes us and how we would like it to end. Hopefully, not a tragedy like they've been telling us that it might. So, we're really excited to keep going into this. Hey, John. Thanks for coming in, John C. Pepper. It's good to see you. All right, let's dive into it. Let me turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Dance, dance. And here we go. That should be about good. All right, chapter 5. Let's start story time again. Friendly feud. The air was heavy with a hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luka felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luka told himself as he headed to the treehouse. Catch up with Rolo at the treehouse. Now, just to remember where the treehouse was. What are you doing here? Hey, Don, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward, a kid our age, who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Hey, Floristic! Welcome in! Thanks for being here, buddy. Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him. Yup, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find this all out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luka. Alright. How are you doing, Floristic? Good, good. Busy week, but good. Everything's going to plan. Sergeant Pepper. Do we got a Lonely Hearts Club band? Yeah. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. So rude. I don't like that guy. To the treehouse we go. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never. Luka had only ever heard him speak in the stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing. You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late. Rolo scoffed. The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luka. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's. Luka stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much. Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you. And you were off making new friends? Aw, poor Rolo. He's jealous. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I. YOLO, Rolo. It's not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was going to be a surprise, but you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean? Luka became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance. It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, because that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your Gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend. Rolo's tone changed to a calm yet more intense anger. Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luka. Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my pa's still around. Oof, that was the knife to a heart. The words hung in the cold night air. Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed the line, but it was too late. Luka, Good night, Rolo. Dang, BFFs in a fight. Dang it. Well, I guess there's no catching up with Rolo. Sorry, I got distracted by my coffee. Alright. What's happening? Luka dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for. Rolo. What a jerk. Not what you're looking for either. Call me a bad friend. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. That's the trouble with Rolo. You peel back the package too much and they spill all over. Luka? Grand cooed gently from the hallway. You slept straight through breakfast. Luka, are you alright? Fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure. Luka just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing. I bet Rolo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Anything else I gotta do here? Oh, Luka dozed off again. Luka? I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted. Luka still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation. There's never anything interesting at the festival anyways. What am I supposed to do with that? Kicking the ball or what? Okay. If Rolo thinks I'm going with him to the festival, he can shove it. Then the ball gives him a black eye. You'll poke your eye out. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, the complete first volume. Luka carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luka keep it at his house. Luka wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luka's more often. Whatever the reason, Luka didn't mind. But it stayed right there where Rolo stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luka lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway. Luka? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modewell. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table in case you want a bite before bedtime. Without realizing it, Luka had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luka stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing behind him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud, gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. His eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing camera. No special director's cut needed. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luka held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luka peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luka could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luka leapt to his feet. We've got to help them. The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luka's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luka's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. Doppelganger smiled. I tried to help, once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Luka staggered back. You aren't me! Luka felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luka watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Well, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luka watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. Gone. What does all of this mean? Luka felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we chose what matters just as much as what we chose. Luka woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun. Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran. Luka rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus. How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolo fought about doesn't matter. But Gran silenced Luka with a gentle pat on the leg. Fights happen between friends. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Another charm. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it? Luka gave a reluctant nod. So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. All right. Love you, Luka. Love you too. Aw, Gran is nice. She does care. Bacon wrapped corn dogs. Yummo. Beacon wrapped combo corn dogs. Combos. Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luka's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether in the end it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luka emerged from seclusion, taking in a crisp festival air, but the events of the day weren't on his mind. He Had to find Rolo. Time to find Rolo. Was it this way we had to go to town? Or the other way? There you are. Luka, Rolo wanted me to tell you something. What is it? Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head. Space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luka. My goofy little brother wants you to find him. Luka looked down and kicked at the dirt. Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. Aww. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Quiet, like the library? Hey, Da Vinci! Welcome in. Thanks for being here. The library we go. Can't stay, just wanted to say hey. Thanks, Da Vinci. I appreciate that. Hey, Crimson! Hi, Crimson. How are you? Hey, Luka. Kato's eyes lit with excitement. Been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rolo goes all out, doesn't he? Kato straightened up and cleared his throat, as if preparing to sing. Our planet, Farpole, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. Kato stared at Luka eagerly. Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Ah, I hate riddles. Just tell me. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, offer still stands. Our planet Farpole, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. Must be some book in here, right? Good, good. Just making something to eat. How are you liking the game? I love the game. It's really cute. It's got a lot of different routes you can take it, which I guess is the purpose, but it's a lot of fun. Enjoy it. Hey, Chase? Still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. It's fascinating and canon toward the end. You know, Hank Atomic shrink array doesn't technically shrink stuff. It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right. Sorry. Luka grabbed The Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf. Once you've got a book, you can either bring it here to me or grab a different one. This one doesn't sound right, but we're gonna do it anyways. Beaver! Beaver, beaver! Welcome. Hope you're doing good. I'm afraid that's not the correct book. Okay, here's a hint. The words I emphasize are important. Our planet, Farpole, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. Fifth issue. Newspapers? Papers here. Luka grabbed the 5 pillars of success from the shelf. Maybe. The issue with self-help, a helpful guide. Okay, that probably is 500 meals for one big pot from the shelf. Okay. Take all 3 of them. Let's see. What do we have here? 500 meals for one big pot? Nope, I'm afraid that's not the correct book. One more hint. You need to bring me the correct issue of Hank Atomic. They're on the second floor of the library. Took more than one. I thought she was going to look at all of them. Luka grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from the shelf. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5. That's our one. You're 7 away? Oh my gosh. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Beaver, go subscribe to Beaver. If you have an alternate account, go subscribe to Beaver. 7 away. Ah, you found it. Oh, 71. Oh. I missed that. Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luka's turning on the lamp. Still close. Yeah, either way, it's still close. Under 100. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5. Luka clicked his tongue with recognition. Hey, Gaspar! Rolo's cipher used to write secret messages everywhere with that. Wait, someone legit just unsubbed? What are you talking about? Someone unsubbed your channel right now? Nah, that's stupid YouTube. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for his light bulb. Jasper, did you get a new logo? Like a new logo. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Now, let's see here. Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping where he hit a glowing word. Oh, nice. New background. I like that. Get away with such a grift. He continued flipping. Found only in Grub. Heart. Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up. That's it. Grift. In. Grub. Heart. Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of your scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Griffin's snack stand. Didn't sleep much last night, but you're good. Aw, yeah, you and Sarge. Sarge didn't sleep well last night either. Snack cart. Was that down here? We need Red to throw some TP Rolos at them. This must be it, right? Yeah, that's right. Hey, Griffin. Did Rolo come? Before Luka could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog. Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or something. Luka shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog. Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rolo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's just... Luka tugged at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper. Oh, come on. He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip. A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step. Luka finished off the remainder of his corn dog. This is getting to be a whole thing. Near the fountain, up the step. Didn't sleep at all last night? You slept from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m.? Jeez. Anyhow, I did a cam reveal. What? You did? I didn't see it. Oh, now I'm gonna have to go back. Cam reveal. I'm gonna have to see Mr. Casper. Fountain up the step. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss was about. but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luka, backpacks carry a lot more than just books. True. So what you got in there? Books? Alright. Fountain up the steps? Is this the only fountain? Oh, up the steps. Over here. He looked like your friendly neighborhood ghost. There you are, Luka. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rolo owes me one. Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task, a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Hard. Ugh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task, a friendship brings. What takes flight with no wings? Oh, there he is! Hey, hey, did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah? Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned this. Rolo sheepishly handed Luka the balloons. Aww. Aw, he showed two fists? Aw, two fists. See two fists. Light. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. Sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luka, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo. Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. So sorry, Luka. Dang, that was deep. Okay, apology over. You can talk now. That's right, thank you for the 19 likes, everybody. Woohoo! I appreciate it. Luka threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could. Aww. Rolo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Why would we do that? Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC admission control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. To the treehouse with Rolo! I like how he's still carrying his balloons. At the treehouse! Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give this. Rolo handed Luka an open letter. I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. Letter? Luka, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. Oh, this sounds bad. None of this is fair to you. You've already lost so much. You both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward, but if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. Hope someday you can accept that. Sounds like a suicide letter. That's horrible. Love, Gran. Luka folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rolo. Luka was at a loss for words. That was fine. Words aren't always necessary. The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? Gran sick, or did she touch the green stuff? I don't know. I think someone's like after her or something. Maybe the yellow hazmat suit dudes. We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year. Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse. Uh-oh. Huh? What was that? Aw, man, we missed the fireworks? It was not fireworks. It's something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself. What is happening, chat? Ice Age? A shockwave of cold tore through the room, a bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. So, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends alone together for the rest of time. Oh my god, these endings are so horrible. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I agree. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find one that fits. Alright. So, these ones are complete. That's complete. That's complete. So we're going to flight. We're going to go back to the MCDC where those, that cult leader. We could flight. Or we could go back to the weather. I ended up in Ohio. The end. No, not Ohio. Alright, we're gonna flight here. This was creepy anyways. Alright, Luka's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Dicky wiped his cheeks with the sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luka? Luka drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. Squinted down the barrel of the mission-controlled defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. There's the Colt. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and talked. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Care. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See it, jerks. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels. Luka and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luka stopped in his tracks as they reached a clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plum of steam escaped from Luka's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luka pulled Iggy to his feet, and they gazed across the snowy terrain. Oh no, it is Ohio! That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. The ultimate death. I'd hate to freeze to death. Find a way home. Luka! Luka, are you there? Luka had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying. It's the Bozo Care. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods. Luka looked at Iggy with hesitation. No need to be rude. With a resigned sigh, Luka responded. Seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks. The young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy. Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful. Uh-oh. Luka winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket. We gotta keep moving. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Care? Meh, still within safe ranges. May be spreading, but it's under control for now. What's spreading, chat? Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. A few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Left Kelvin home alone again. Ah! What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. You can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Bigwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. To figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, let's see. Welcome to Beacon Pines. The boy stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, Welcome to Beacon Pines. Are they in like an alternate universe? This doesn't make any sense. This is like, kind of like Stranger Things. We're in Beacon Pines? How is that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before. It was cold, too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. Think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. What? Corrupta! How you doing? Thanks for coming into the stream. This is Cray Cray. It's all frozen. Looking down at the frozen stream, Luka could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice. Whatever happened here, it happened fast. Especially when they have time to run. Or, swim run. Jeez. The crunching of footsteps trailing Luka went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion. Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town is destroyed, and everyone you've ever known is gone. We don't know that. can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Jeez. Iggy, it's gonna be okay. Luka peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luka a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt. It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyways. Luka allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy. Let's just rest for a bit. The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. Not for exhaustion, their minds were racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb. Why didn't they at least go into a building? Get out from all of that cold wind. The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper. Iggy motioned sarcastically into his half-deformed face. Obviously. That's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. We're supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. That's right. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things just to get into fights? Iggy shrugged. Something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Yup. Sometimes I just feel empty. Or you could just be an asshole because you're an asshole. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control. Iggy now swept openly. Perfect little Luka Vanderbilt with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet and she already likes you. We have Tish. He wiped his nose with a sleeve. I love Tish. She's great. She ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know? Luka gave a warm chuckle. I get that impression. Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes. Huh? It must be raining out here. Definitely. Iggy arched his wide yawn. Hey, Elucidator! You're here! Welcome! Good to see you. Should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all of this. Luka's eyelids began to slowly drift shut. Again, why aren't they inside of the building? This doesn't make sense. Luka? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little tree house. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what? That's all Luka could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more. When it comes to worst days of my life, this one wasn't half bad. The house smelled of warm bread. Luka was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. It was another dream. Hey, melted! Bacon puns, yep. Bacon. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luka spoke. This is how you remember them, huh? Luka turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aw, look at this perfectly cozy scene. figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build, given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are the child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? So that I guess these... you, oh. Bless me. Luka snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Hey, Lawson, what's good, buddy? Luka turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luka was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luka's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luka heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope.
No, God! No,
Hey,
God,
thanks for
please,
that
no!
redeemable lesson.
No! No!
It was his parents fighting. Uh-oh. His parents were fighting? Do you remember what we did next? Luka gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help the people. I won't turn my back on them. So, these may not be dreams. These may be memories. Luka's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading, I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luka flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luka, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luka descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luka eye to eye. Nothing, Buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luka placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luka's ears. Listen to me, Luka. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luka hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. Who is this? The figure approached, soundlessly from the foggy sofa. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. Who is this? From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively. Get your hands off me! Whether it was the coming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fist lower. What do you think you're doing? Luka looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of blue vapor. Certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to be? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. Sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me. You... When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult. You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's just all calm down. Who are you? A friend. an observer, a hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? He's so sarcastic. You must call me something. You can call me Nat. Iggy huffed with gratification. How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well. Nat began to turn away indifferently. Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So, you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, we must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luka, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another. Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up! Realizing he'd warned their patience then, Nat relented. Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home. Luka and Iggy turned around with hope in their heads. Come here. Nat took a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Nat exhaled slowly and snapped his fingers. Okay, open them. Just for a brief moment. Luka and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold. Until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place. Cold and sparkling. This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Beakwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Care and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. Oh, crap. You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. Think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Luka and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover. Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered, Source. Would you say the source like that? Why, indeed. Luka began to laugh uncontrollably. It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could. He looked down at his feet. Star Trek messing about again, yeah. His eyes darted back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him. If this really is home, he sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow Nat, he called out, Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Beakwood. Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luka and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luka sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clear, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rolo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Her care tried to cover it up with lies. Clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was only one thing Luka needed to know. Luka stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. No, his father's grave. His numb hands hit something hard. Headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luka's lips. Here. All this time, I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do? There is no reply. Just snow, covered silence. Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you? You jerk. Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luka's eyes on the snow-covered grave. Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy! Yikes. Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow. Gotta hide. 259K. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. Truth is overrated. He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully. Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. You took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Moonwalking out. Haha, weirdo. Here, I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves. Luka stuttered through heaving sobs. I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice. Iggy gave Luka a solid smack on the back of his head. Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luka Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass, stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Karen, his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? That mentioned something about a source. Luka wiped his eyes with a sleeve. Whatever is at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash? He flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles. I'm always up for a challenge. I kind of like Iggy. Not when he's being a bully, but like when he's like this. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Locate the source. Alright, so Nat said to go west through the Weeping Woods. It can get awful cold out there in the woods, Luka. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where is my mom? Did you kill her? Heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you? Iggy and Luka shared a skeptical look. Well, do I? Aw, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. How do we get back to... There we go. Alright, west. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means... Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid. What's that? Long story. So a few years ago, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give to kids. The good stuff. So, why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop. You guys pissed me off for some reason or another. Luka rolled his eyes with realization. No, you didn't. Iggy stifled a chuckle. Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back for him later, they were gone. Figured some grown-up found him and tossed him. Iggy triumphantly raised his shoebox. Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Alright, so he's got some fireworks. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. That's so. Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Whoa. Luka and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts. Echo! 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 Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole! How do we smash a hole? Throw the fireworks in there! Oh no, Mr. Care! Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Care! Where's Rolo? Wasn't lying before, he's safe. Safer than you two, at least. Uh-oh. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you? Mr. Care gazed down the abyss in contemplation. It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined, Care scratched the back of his head. Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. The fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean, you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Do you think Luka's mom knows something about this? Complications like us? You are a smart boy. His face contorted into a satire grin. It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. Uh-oh, they're going down. We aren't giving up without a fight. The smile's not going to be winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit. Hare snaps his fingers. Scene change. Oh no. There, that's better. Deal with them. Iggy turned to Luka with a sly glance. Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't. Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole. Stop! Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. But, that's far enough. Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence. Stop, you fool! Call off your goons. After a long pause, Mr. Care flung up his hand with frustration. Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Mr. Care sighed into the frigid air. Just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. It sounds like Sarge. Sarge does not lie. What, like this? With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole. Dang, what's gonna happen? Kaboom! Yeah. Whoa. With a growl, Kara leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luka. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle, they both tumbled over the side. Luka dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. No! His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. You could see Care further down, clinging to Iggy's coat. You reckless child, what have you done? Luka, listen to me. Hold on tight and use a walkie to call them back. Ow, what channel do I use? Doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just call us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Care's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Iggy's even tough close to death. Mr. Care, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go? Care gasped with insult. Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis Young. With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Care began to hum a proud melody. Rum-dum-dum, rumpity-dum-dum. Wow, can you believe this guy? Luka's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack. Care, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luka, look at me. It's okay. Luka felt Iggy loosen his grasp. You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you? Every muscle in Luka's body burned. I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully, like you, Care. Iggy, no. Luka felt his hand slipping, and I told you what you need to do with bullies. Can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs. The calm settled over Iggy's face. Luka, let me do this. Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm. Let me do the right thing for once. This is horrible. Luka had no choice but to... Should I accept or refuse it? I feel like I should let him live out his nobility. Accept. We're going to accept it. With a quiet blink, Luka watched a teardrop sail down into the hollowing void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy. Good. No! The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness. Goodbye, Iggy. Luka, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Whoa. But of course, those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. The useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks made the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case. I have some idea what it would look like. It would take them a good while to safely break through the exit and access the source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role? A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes. The Van Horn, you're going to save the world. With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luka followed behind him, trudging through the snow, every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines 2, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm. Wait! That's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger? Just when it was getting good. I was even starting to like Iggy. No way! I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive. Alright. So we can refuse that request. That part of the story was kind of cool. I might continue on that. Yeah, I want to continue on that path. See what happens. Luka had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He's a friend now. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. Wild delight crept into Mr. Care's face. That's a good lad. Now radio for help. Iggy begged Luka with his eyes one last time, but Luka pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Care is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Care sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror. Now. Clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Gam began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. The swarm of hands overpowered Luka. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled down over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end. I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing. Alright, that was, quick. This is the only one left. All the way back. Back to chapter 4. Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds began to break. Back with Beck. Revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops. So this is when Rolo didn't go missing. Sure, you can meet Rolo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him about... Just stopped himself mid-sentence. Promise you tell him about what? Spit it out, Bob. We're thick as thieves now. there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah! Luka saw Beck skulking by the gate. So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners, it even smells shady. Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shut the gate. Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Whoa. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Eris Valentine. Who is that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. Couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about. Beck's voice was an excited whisper. Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. Wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. Can't wait to see the look on that Kara's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. There's one thing I've learned. It's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this? The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners. It's Gran! Family. Chill ran down Luka's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luka looked down to see himself wrenching her hand. An answer I can certainly respect. Oh, no! Gran tussled her hair back under the face mask. Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in bruising suspicion. Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night. What are you doing, Gran? I love this story. What big ears you have. Luka sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater. What a twist! I feel like we can't trust anybody. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my Gran. That was your Gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Either way. Man, I can't even begin to think of, like, what's happening. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried. The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up. Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's. Mr. Nocreed crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. You'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate. We'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of... Snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped. There. And would you like my eternal soul as well? The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, and broke into laughter as they walked away. Ha 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 ha! Go. avoid him because we don't like him either. I don't trust anybody. None of these adults I trust in this town. Trust no one. Beck, where are you going? Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. What's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo? He's Rolo. I don't even know if I trust Beck. I feel like Beck is like a distraction. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. About damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. Kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay, there used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal. Fertilizer. Was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. For good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. Something changed. Change? How? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. Foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. Next year, the crops came back, but something was different. Plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. No one knows why? I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason, their farm was hit harder than others. It sucks. Things have gotten better since perennial harvest came to town. Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels. One town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. We better not get going. Better get going. So that's how they ended up in the alternate Beacon Pines. About time. I was going to give up and go home. There's a new kid. Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. See, my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control. Rolo wagged his head with pride. You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse-looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luka. You know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test and filtration. Can't be too safe these days. What are you doing, Rolo? Is that a car door? Just rolled up the window. That's cool. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Gotta find something to throw at it. Ha! Here we go. Right. Cool. A treehouse like this. Oh, moving target now, huh? Yeah. Haha. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luka, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, Luka, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse. Luka sucked in a long breath. So, like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Eris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit. Rolo let out a low whistle. And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Eris Valentine? Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome. Rolo and Luke shot back at Luke. No offense. So we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated this town. And their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke the person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. She's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. She does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Her gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. So is Gran his gran? It's been years since I've seen her. Luka, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your gran is on the up and up? Luka gazed out the window, saying, sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Luka, your gran is hiding something. And Pa always said, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. Yeah, we do. We haven't gotten into those doors yet. My gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. Guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. Count me in. You should just have a sleepover. Do it that night. Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luka walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover. What time is it? Yeah, he's in his little PJs. Whoa. I'm coming. Rolo, what on earth is that? He's got like an inspector hat on. He's so cute. That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot. Luka and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room. If I were Gran, where would I keep my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps you might at least expect it. Rolo flung open the cabinet with confidence. Aha! He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face. I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, a good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Indian in the cabinet. That's right, Purple Bubba. Drat! It may already be too late. Just think of mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luka, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. Doesn't matter anyways. I can't reach the latch. The look of realization crept onto Luka's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other and sprinted to turn toward the kitchen. Alright, love Rolo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. Called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with... Before he could finish, Luka scrambled up Rolo's back. Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it. Three crowded around the hutch to peer in. The glass doors opened. A perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Your eyes searched for anything amiss. The only distinct feature was its impeccability. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh, hey, let me just yank on this random teacup, and as Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power. A secret lair! Seems like your Gran has been doing some people. Dude, only two types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds. Superheroes. Which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Dun dun dun! Whoa. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive, and jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your Gran making? She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? No way to find out. Rolo casually spun open the lid and dipped his finger in the jam. Huckleberries. Smacked his lips. Hint of brown sugar. And... ink? What? Rolo plunged his hand into the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper. Ha! Rolo offered a slimy note to Luka and licked his fingers clean. It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. A grand jamgram? It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad joke guy around here. Anything else we can get our hands on now? Yeah, work them muscles. Spiderweb of string-connected photos of people from town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes. Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Uh-huh. Is your Gran a serial killer? I'm starting to get a vibe. It'd be ridiculous. Sure, she was tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. This Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Care has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. Don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Luka jostled each cabinet drawer in turn, only once. Figured through the filing cabinet, tossing out a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it. What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Dad was a doctor? Luka nodded and caressed the label with his thumb. Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help. Rolo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text. How about you actually read some of it? It said, dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I have no idea where the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed. He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a phone. Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Blue. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malice. Body temperature continues to drop. Now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph. Rolo looked up with heightened surprise. See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. It's Joseph. That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait. Rolo's finger traced across the page. Scribbled in the margins. Contagious? Wilby claims the tap water at his home is contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to his report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else. Rolo scanned through several more pages. Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's conditions follow close behind. Exacerbated by that loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands. Luka staring blankly at the cabinet as the whole time spoke softly. What does it say next? Rolo rustled the folder, trying to loose. That's where it is? What? There has to be more. Luka frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter. Luka, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit. Luka slammed the drawer shut. They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines. Cool, this looks like a treasure map. So that's why we don't see a cow character? Uh-huh, that's why. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Hey, Sane! Welcome in. How are you doing? Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if you follow it, Rolo carefully traced the path with his finger. It leads right to... He jabbed down at the end point. Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide a treasure. Rolo, that doesn't look like a treasure to me. The end of the path on the map has the same symbol as those explosives over here. So it's not hiding a treasure. A real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. Oh. Uh-oh. Grant's home! What was that? Luka looked up from the map. What was that? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh. Hit the lights. I flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. Beep. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each move. Without realizing they'd been holding their breath, all three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence. Hello? Who is this, guys? Who is this? Final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs. Anyone down there? Three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump. Yoo-hoo. Thump. Not here to hurt anyone. Thump. I'm just here to help. Thump. Just thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life. Huh? Guess it's nothing. Rolo shifted suddenly. Rolo, you idiot! Luka gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth, Rolo, don't! Late. Rolo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure. Flaming chicken coop! With all his weight, Rolo tackled the man to the ground. Rolo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there? In the dark corner, they saw something move. Well, I didn't know if I had it in me, but there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person? Luka scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief. You sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold. As Beck flicked back on the light, Luka and Rolo both gasped in stereo. Mr. Tolliver! Chapter 7. The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luka's house. After some deliberation, it was decided. They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop. Rolo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rolo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl. Well, Mr. Tolliver. Tolliver remained motionless. Rolo spun around to face him. Clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice. Tolliver? Beck and Luka gave each other an uncertain look. Rolo slammed his fist on the table. I said, Mr. Tolliver! He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint. What in the world? The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up. Who's there? Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rolo popped with both his voice and intimidate. I'll be asking the questions here. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating. Doubtful expression on Beck and Luka's faces transformed. We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I never needed another way. Rolo, hitting his stride, was now channeling his detective troop his memory could recall. He slammed the table again. Now dance! What? I don't even... Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. Nearly in tears. Tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Jennifer. Make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran? Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever. Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord! He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy. No, you got this all wrong. Where is she now? Headed to the source. Source? Source. It's where, voice faded into a whisper, the town began. Where it all began. But his Operation Spark Plug. With that, Mr. Tulliver passed out cold. Rolo swung around with a repentant grimace. Damn, Rolo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tulliver any farther. Is there anyone who else might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the source thing, Cato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Cato? This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Cato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Mrs. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? I need a favor. I already told you, Rolo. Can't put you on higher on the wait list for the next Tank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking for some research. Now we're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading, but they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, start there. Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tulliver's cryptic utterance. Luka tried to shake the thought of Grant's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Grant was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with a symbol of explosives and town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to it. If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. I have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rolo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, so he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears. Rolo shut his book with a sort of nod. Ooh, 23 likes! Thank you all so much, and hello to all 7 viewers. If I haven't said hi to you yet, welcome. If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal, and it won't be boring county records that'll kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself. I like Beck. Rolo muttered under his breath. You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be a footnote in history. Just like, Beck slammed her finger down on the open page, J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and... tickled the back of Luka's mind. Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit, J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 20 years ago. Can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe that's where 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. So Gran is technically supposed to be dead. If your Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with? Question hung in the air. I knew that wasn't his Gran. Alright, gang. I gotta close up for the night. Beck rubbed her eyes. How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? Think of something. Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. He was lucky Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver, tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Lucas shook out his arm to calm his nerves before entering. Gran. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. Sleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off. Ugh. He's gone! Mr. Tolliver! Nowhere to be seen. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace. Or maybe Gran knew everything. What do I do? His hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food. He rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoved a handful into his mouth. Afraid your jam delivery will be delayed? He flipped the lid to read the label. Mr. Nuncree. Okay, now I can think. If Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left with me. She's gonna be in here. She's gone! Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed. Play it cool. As Luka climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong. The jam's poison. Come on, legs. Just a few more steps. Ah! Luka groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep. The germ. Oh no! Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? No. Just dragging a dead body. Rest now and let me handle everything. Alright, guys. Chapter 9. We are going to pick up Chapter 9 in the next stream. This is a nice place to leave it. Luka has just been poisoned by his Gran's jam, and we don't even know if his Gran is his Gran. It's crazy. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming in. Like I said, we're going to pick this up in the next stream. Trying to plan it for Thursday, like normal. Like I said, I've been having a busy week at work. So if I do have the stream, it will be a few hours prior to when I post it. So make sure you're checking Discord and you're checking YouTube and see when I go live next. Tomorrow, Sarge will be back at it live with Deathloop. And don't forget to be checking out his new videos that he's been putting out. He's put out some great Madden videos. And today he also put out Brotato, a new release that is really, really cool. I actually wanted to get my hands on it, and I'm glad he got it before me because now I don't have to pay for it. So yeah, check him out tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Thursday. If not, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great night, everybody. Bye.